Alright, time for a Trundle game. I'm gonna be going against a Lilia here. Should be a fine matchup. 1 second.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I'm just gonna type that to the Asus. Right, so I'm gonna be against the Lilia here, which matchup-wise is fine. She's probably gonna full clear. She is able to kite me pretty well if I do, like, mess up a pillar or something. But, like, a decent pillar should allow me at least a couple of hits. Do I want to be fighting her, ideally? Not really, but, yeah. 50 seconds, we press recall. We're gonna ward this bush here to see if she does invade me. Which, I mean, looks like she kinda does. She could be trying to cheese my raptors here and then go for the, maybe she goes for the cheese. Could be the case, but yeah. I'm gonna clear towards top here because this guy doesn't have flash or teleport, which means if I plant a good pillar, it's gonna be actually very annoying for him to deal with that. On top of what Nasus Wither, it's just gonna be a free kill, so we're gonna go for that early game. And yeah. Also, another thing, 70% of people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed. If you are one of those people, consider subscribing. Checking if you're subscribed, and yeah. No Lily has been seen on my red buff so far. It's good to know. A Raptor ward won't mean anything. I will hold my smite here. I'm gonna place that in a path that I'm gonna walk. We're going top as soon as possible, basically. I'm gonna do red into a top gank. Ward timing on that should be ward timing on this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk towards the plant here because we know my raptors are warded. And then we just hop over here and do them and do the red buff instead. Cost me like maybe a few seconds, maybe a second or two in the movement there, but it's safety to avoid the ward essentially. He's gonna ward try, it seems. It's a tiny bit unfortunate, which means I'm gonna walk through river now. Going to avoid the ward that he just placed. As long as he has Wither, this guy is dead. There's no way he can run all the way from river. Hug the wall. Nope, you're not going there, buddy. I was waiting for a good opening. In this situation, we have to push this wave. We have to push the wave here, because the wave is going to push towards him anyway, and they both don't have teleport, so I need Nasus to be able to have a free back. Let me just hit this guy a couple times. Got him. She stepped up one step too far there, buddy. Easy game. This is in turret, so my Nasus is good now. This is just like a perfect example. Someone doesn't have flash teleport on top. Like either of the two. It doesn't really matter which one it is. If you're Trundle, like having no flash for Trundle pillar is the most annoying thing in the world. Like you do not want to be in that situation. But also having no teleport is just gonna ruin your life as well if the jungler just ganks you one time. I don't have pillar. There's not really much I can do against the Katarina anyway. She has many ways of escaping. I'm gonna go for the bot scuttle here. Just gonna upfront smite this. Q it. I might be able to run into bot potentially. Don't know whether this is warded or not. Doesn't seem like it. I don't know if this guy has flash or not, but it doesn't seem like it because I think he would have ran. So it's a good kill. I will push this wave with him. He can have the farm. I don't really mind. I'm just going to put some pressure so he can get the wave under turret again. Doing this stuff for Trundle, like going for those nice ganks right there. Very easy things to do. And then afterwards pushing the wave is going to make up for the experience that you don't really get from being able to clear your camps initially. Don't have mana. Oh god, I walked out of turret range. We're good. I had no mana to actually get the press the attack proc off there. It's okay. Still got some good chunk on it. Okay, nice. He got a solo kill. We're looking very, very good right now. Got some good ganks in there. And there we go. Beautiful. Got my Tiamat first back. That's absolutely perfect. It's gonna allow me to just permanently clear my camps. No problem. This guy's pushing back into the Asus again, and I think I should be able to time this fairly well so that I still get him on the levels before he hits level 6, maybe? It's a little scary, though. The second Mordekaiser hits level 6, ganking him is going to become very annoying.
This will only hurt a lot.
Quickly gonna get this camp down. I want to hit level 5 here if I can before I go for the gank. The extra level experience is going to be pretty relevant for a fight. He just wanted river, that's no problem. The reason that's not really a problem is because the... I'm gonna put him right there. He's not level 6 yet, so we're just gonna hammer in on him. Good. Easy kill. Definitely give the guy cannon. Looking good. I'm gonna clear his ward as well, actually. He can farm that wave easily. He doesn't need my help to push that one out. Not the greatest of situations for my bot lane currently. Lilia's seen bot lane, so we're instantly gonna go for her top side. I was gonna check it anyway, but now we're definitely just finishing this. Also, one other thing I want to mention about Trundle's runes. A lot of people might think, oh yeah, you should go lethal tempo, right? Well, if their team is very melee heavy, yes, you should go lethal tempo. If their team is like this, where they have a lot of range champions slash a lot of kite ability on you, you do not want to go for lethal tempo. That will absolutely ruin your life, because at that point you're not going to get the auto attacks in consistently to be able to have value out of that rune, if that makes sense. You need to have, like, for like high mobility champions, you're going to get like 3 auto attacks in, and then block to press the attack essentially, and that's probably the most you're going to get before they start running. So for that reason, it's actually better to have press the attack against team comps like this, with like squishies and high mobility. And against like the tankier, heavier melee setups, you want to switch this to lethal tempo instead, because you're going to get those auto attacks off at that point, and then that rune becomes more worth it, if that makes sense. Right now we're just making sure that I keep getting some clear speed in whenever I can, and bot lane is looking pretty scrumptious for a gank as well in a second here. I'm gonna ping. Okay, well, I just got spotted. It's a little bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to run. Okay, we don't have to run mid here. Do this. I'm gonna build Jhin straight away. I see. He's just gonna straight up run. Okay, that's fine. Big, 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 big. Very, very good. They walked up too far, which makes that play very easy. I need to help push this wave, actually. I'm trolling. This wave needs to go in turret. Every wave that you have a situation like this, you push that into the turret. I'm gonna go for dragon right now. I have mid lane priority. I have bot lane wave priority. My Karthus is very low HP, but it should still be okay. Oh god, I have to run mid. I'm in a bit of trouble here. I will run. I'm gonna be playing safe with my HP right now. I'm gonna cut off the Jhin so she might have a chance to run. There's not much I could have done in that situation, unfortunately. I was very, very low there. I couldn't really continue that play. I'm gonna smite this right now. Quickly get this down. There's nothing I can do by myself. I kind of need Gangplank ultimate, maybe. Gangplank ult ready? If he throws it, we can do something. Get her. No idea if we're gonna be able to get her. She kind of trolled with that because she didn't hold the mobility correctly. I'm running. I need to juke the Jhin. Okay, Karthus is messing the Jhin up. We're good, we're good. I was focused on juking there. I was kind of prepping my Q in case, like, auto attack moving as well, in case the Katarina would jump me. Because that way I would be able to react faster to it, and that would be better. We didn't get the dragon, but we were able to clean up. It is very important that you realize in a lot of fights when you're low HP that you don't try to over-aggress. Because the second you try to over-aggress is the second you essentially lose. Because you will die for no reason instead of just running away, right? The play can go wrong. Accept that, you know? Now, I'm going for Trinity Force here because their team is not tanky at all. So Divine Thunderer doesn't make any sense ever. If they are not tanky at all, you have to go Trinity Force instead. But both items are obviously good. Generally speaking, if you're going lethal tempo, like situations where lethal tempo is good, then Sunder is most likely good with that. And generally, when you're going press the attack, Trinity Force will be a good item combo with that. Because it just kind of matches up to be that way, usually speaking. There are situations where you can go lethal tempo Trinity Force, but they are more rare. Bob him quickly. I have no way of outrunning her. I'm gonna leave. There is nothing I can do against her right there. The wave should freeze outside the turret perfectly for my Nasus here. Actually, I don't know if he's gonna make it, to be honest. He's still dead for a while. He doesn't have teleport. I'm just gonna leave it anyway. This is a situation where maybe I should be taking top wave, but I don't think I should because I think the wave freeze is perfect. That's why I'm not doing it. Right there, I just go for the Mordekaiser. He's the biggest threat since the Lilia didn't have much mana in that situation, so I don't really have to worry about her as much. But the Mordekaiser is definitely a problem in a position like that. I'm gonna have to leave. I can't chase that because I would die. That could be a kill from him. Pillar in 2 seconds. That's a good Karthus ult. That's big damage. I think I lose this 1v1 actually. I'm gonna try to step through him as much as I can. I'm dead here. There's nothing I can do, man. Fighting a Mordekaiser in his ult like that with everything on cooldown is just gonna suck. I knew I was gonna die in that situation. I mean, I gave him 1,000 gold, which definitely isn't ideal. But I don't think there was any way of avoiding it either, so... just gonna have to accept my death on that one, unfortunately. It's not that big of a deal. Just gonna go Titanic Hydra next here. And then I'll build some magic resist after that. I'm just gonna go Force of Nature. Force of Nature is gonna be absolutely amazing against that team. So I'm gonna probably go Mercs with Force of Nature next. But I'm finishing my Titanic Hydra first. I'm ahead. So the only situation I realistically die at the moment is a Mordekaiser ultimate when all my skills are on cooldown. Like that situation that I just had. So that was like the exception and the only way I can really die. So I'm not too worried yet. Let me put it that way. Gonna walk up to them. Pop a pillar behind his nose. Do I get any follow-up from my boy here? My god. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, I am not doing this. I had a feeling someone was running down, so I was just running back the entire time. I can do my Gromp and get all of my HP back here, basically, so I'm not too worried. I don't see Katarina at the moment. I know Lilia is topside, right? But... that was close. If I got a little bit of a better knockback situation there, I could have done it. Nope! Oh my god, dude. Katarina's still missing. I'm gonna run up. Katarina's there, okay. I'm just gonna do Scuttle real quick. Oh, Lilia. Okay. This is fine. Oh my boy. That is some unfortunate timing there. The flash timing on her was the same as mine. So I didn't actually get the hit off. Wait, dragon here? It's gonna be a good dragon situation. Their jungler is dead. There's nothing they can do. I'm putting a lot of pressure down here for this game. I've helped my laners a ton. That's all we really can ask for. I'm pretty sure we will outscale them as well. I did have one death, but there's nothing I could have really done about that death apart from not participating in that fight whatsoever. Which may have been the better decision, to be fair, but, you know. Yeah. Good, good, good. I need 800. I need 1600 gold if I want to buy my boots as well. That would be ideal. I have futures market though, so it's a little bit less. I might need like actually like more like 1400, 1350 potentially. I might be able to get that with a top gank, but top gank could be risky. I think I'm strong enough to where he doesn't just kill me now if he ults me. So I don't think I have to be that worried. Okay, that was to be expected, to be fair. Just gonna have to wait and hope that my Asus doesn't get killed. I messed up. He doesn't beat me at this point anymore. I should have pillared better, because I wanted to instantly split them up, but I messed up my pillar placement, so that's on me. I'm just gonna finish top third here.
An ally has been slain.
Don't really care about taking the damage, to be fair. We're gonna give Nasus the big one, for sure, for his stack. The rest I'm just gonna check her topside jungle, because she has just placed a Rift Herald bot side. We knew she was bot side, essentially. So we're just gonna take everything she has in her top side to trade, at least.
Your turret has been destroyed.
She won't fight me, but I'm also not gonna go for wolves, because that would just be too greedy. I would like to have seen them being able to block that Herald, but I guess it wasn't possible. So they got one more bounce on the Herald, unfortunately. Oh well. Nothing I could have done about it regardless, because I couldn't have gotten there in time, if that makes sense. So there was no reason for me to start running to bot lane mindlessly instead. It just doesn't do anything, really. I'll be able to get a pretty big back next time around. I think I'm just going to hold top wave right now, because my Nasus actually just went bot as well. So I probably should just look if the Mordekaiser actually is stupid enough to walk up, because if he does, he dies. But he might also be walking to bot. I can check top scuttle in the meantime here. Which is up, so we'll be taking this. Good. There we go, all is set. We're just gonna recall now. Gonna get my Titanic, gonna get my Mercs, and then we'll start building towards Force of Nature. I'll get the magic resist for sure first. My team is doing really well now. Like, I've basically set up the entire early game for them, and they don't necessarily need me anymore, I don't think. A lot of gank pressure. I'll move this way. That's a bad one. Got him. There is no turret here, so this guy's gonna die as well. Nice. My pillar placement again there wasn't perfect, I will admit. Okay, this might be a tad bit greedy, I will admit. I thought I was just gonna be able to chunk her out, but then I just took too much turret damage, and the ignite came on top of me as well. I will admit that's greedy. I should not have done that. Oh well. I thought I was gonna be fine just killing her, but then the second I saw the... Like, I would have been fine still just walking outside of third range and probably surviving, no problem. But the second I just saw that Katarina, like this last bit of damage, I just knew I was dead. That's on me. Sloppy death number 2. But also, something to note about this death timing is that it doesn't necessarily matter that much, because I will be up in time for either Baron or Dragon for when they spawn. So if you're gonna go aggressive, a moment like that's good to go aggressive on, because you're not gonna lose an objective in return, right? Like, let's say the Dragon would spawn in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then I die. That would be much worse. I would never have gone for that aggressive of a play, knowing the Dragon would be up that soon, if that makes sense. So that's something to note for yourself as well. If you are in a situation like that and playing extremely aggressive, please keep the objective timers in mind as much as possible. Like, you have to make sure you do that. If you don't do that, then your death is gonna always be absolutely terrible. Even if you would get the kill and you would get out on like 1 HP, you're never gonna be in time on the objective, if that makes sense. So always keep an eye out for the objective and never actually die right before, or go for like a big fight right before the objective by yourself. If it's a team fight and your team commits to it entirely, of course follow it. But I think you know what I mean, right? Be very careful with that decision, because that decision can cost you the game quickly. Even if you are ahead, even if your team is doing well, if you start losing objectives like that for absolutely no reason at all, you will be in trouble. So that's just not worth it whatsoever. I'll go over the wall, it's fine. Right. At least he still died. And I'll lock off her escape path and she just dies. Good, beautiful. Second I finish my Force of Nature here, their team will do no damage to me anymore. So that's going to be a very good point. Oh, nope, we're not doing this. I'm going to take his entire bot side right now. We know she's dead. At this point, we have to punish, right? We have to take everything. Literally everything. We're just going to take her entire bot side. We need to make sure she gets as little of her jungle farm as possible right now. Because this way you will... That's the way you win the game, essentially, right? Like, you will starve the enemy jungler as much as possible. As soon as you create any type of lead for yourself, if you are stronger than the enemy jungler, you want to be playing in their jungle and not your own. You see me, like, play for my own jungle camps as little as possible right now, because that's just my lowest priority, essentially. There is no reason to play for my own camps. If my team wants to take my own camps, they can go ahead if they want. But most situations, unless I'm walking out of base and I'm walking past the camp that I can, like, just do, then I will do it. But that's the only exception. I think this guy's just dead. I didn't have to ult her, actually. I ulted, like, just to be safe, because I don't want to underestimate Katarina as a champion. But, I mean, it's a low cooldown as well, so it doesn't really matter that much if I ult up front. But, yeah. Alright, we got the Force of Nature here. Their team is still very heavy on the magic damage, not so heavy on the AD. So I can probably just go for the other magic resist item here as well. I'm just gonna go Spirit Visage next. Because the only thing I need right now is magic resist, right? Plus the Spirit Visage is a really good synergy for Trundle. Because you're gonna get the extra healing, which is really good on this champion. So that's what I'm gonna go for right here. It's gonna be a fine item right now. And because we went Titanic, we want to go for the tankier variant, because it just skills like that with Titanic. You can also go for like Maw and stuff, but then like Titanic has less value, if that makes sense. So we're just going to go for the tanky variant and pick up the Spirit Visage as the second magic resist item. The last item, I'm definitely going to have to get an armor item for sure. But yeah. Smack her, she does no damage to me anyway. Jhin does do some good damage to me, actually. I have to respect him more. I have only magic resist, so I didn't respect him enough. Fair enough. That is on me. Another, like, that's a pretty sloppy death, I'm not gonna lie. I should have respected Jhin more in that situation. That was really stupid. It's okay, though. Let me just get some armor right now. Just a little bit, real quick, for the Jhin. Now we're gonna think about this, right? What armor item would be the best into Jhin here? I'm thinking the Randuin's for the critical strike damage, since he's gonna go for that most likely. Plus, it will give me an additional slow. Frozen Heart's not that good here, because, I mean, he doesn't auto-attack that much. He has the 4-shot thing, so it's not that big of a deal. So, probably Randuin's in this situation. Don't need the healing reduction as much either. So we're just gonna get the Warden's Mill. Just a bit of extra armor that I do need in this situation, because I have nothing built for the Jhin, and the Jhin killed me pretty quick there. I disrespected him too much. Like, at this stage in the game, you can be very disrespectful with Trundle, generally speaking, because you will be very, very tanky. But, I mean, I have no armor, right? So, just a little bit overdid that one. With the extra Warden's Mill, it should be much better already. I'm gonna go do Dragon straight away. We just do Dragon here and then play for Baron. Just get both objectives real quick and then we'll probably look for a push to like end the game. If I can get Jhin off the map, like if I can kill him first, that will instantly mean that there's nothing their team can do against me anymore. I will never die in a team fight again. I have an extra smite ready to go for Baron. I would have liked to see the Carthage just move to the Baron straight away instead of clearing midwave right now. But I doubt there's anything they can do if we just literally start Baron right here. Most of our Baron damage is probably going to come from the Carthage. I think the Asus should be tanking this as well, because I think I have more damage than him. Whoever gets the Baron Gaze debuff does 50% less damage, which is this hand debuff that you see right here. It will pop up here for you if you get it. We're not doing that, fam. I'm good. I'm not worried. Oh, goodbye. You're dead. Cut her off. Beautiful. What we're doing there, my team did it really well here. My team actually did a good job there with the way they did that. They stopped hitting Baron completely and left it at a above smite range target, which is absolutely perfect. They actually did a good job with that one. A lot of teams will try to burst Baron, which would be a terrible call, but they didn't. So we take those. Quickly gonna yoink the red here. Beautiful. Next item, I'm probably gonna finish the random ones first, because the extra armor is just gonna be very good, right? And then we'll finish the Spirit Visage, and that would be a full build. Solid. They are all alive right now, so the next play would be better for the top turret, potentially. I should not be too disrespectful here. They can do quite some damage to me. I misclicked there. I'm actually gonna have to be careful. Jin's gonna clean us up if we're not careful right now. Just relax yourself, fam. Okay. The extra armor helped there for sure. I was playing that as slow as possible and wait for them to greet. Walk it into me, essentially. If this guy has ult right now, I would die, I think. Do not know if he does. Doesn't look like he does. Okay, fine. Quickly finish the turret off. I'm gonna leave because Katarina is alive right now, so we're just gonna take the recall. Okay, well, she just instantly died. Maybe I could have ended there instead of backing, but nothing I can really buy at the moment. This is too expensive. Actually, never mind. We got it with Futures Market just now. Good. That would be a full build right now. And that's pretty much the end of the game, right? If you guys have enjoyed this video, please make sure the like button below. It helps me quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos from the future, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 34k damage, which is very, very respectable. Obviously, Gangplank and Karthus should both outdamage me in an average game, so this is really good. Being able to be high up there like this is already good enough. True damage to champions, 2300. Damage to objectives at 28.5k, that's solid. Healing done is going to be quite a big one. 23.3k healing done. Damage taken, which is my main role here, so we should be the highest at 42k. Granted, I had a couple of stupid deaths, but overall, still good. Self-made to get a damage at 30.6k. Gold earned at 16.5, which is the second highest. I'm not surprised that Gangplank outdid me on that one. We have runes damage here. Press the attack, did a total of 2800 damage. Last Stand wasn't the most effective rune this game, because I wasn't low that often due to creating a lead for myself in the early game and kind of being able to walk away with that lead. But it's still been a reasonable amount of damage, let's say. Approach velocity for nearly 2 minutes of hasted time, which is very effective, of course. And yeah,